Hi, and welcome to Inside Athletics. I'm your host, Brandon Thomas. Joining me today is Coach Stephanie Salikas and Elsa Reifstra. How you doing today, ladies?
Very good. Yeah.
We're good,
How about
yeah.
you, Coach? That's great. Well, first off, congratulations in order for you, Miss Elsa. You are the school record holder in the 5,000 I'm sorry, not 5,000 5,000 meter relays. Just talk about that experience. Talk about having that under your belt.
So this was the indoor conference, so the indoor race, 5,000 meters. So it's like a 200-meter track. So 25 laps, which sounds like a lot. Sometimes it feels like it is, but the longer the better for me, I guess. So it was a really good race actually. I was kind of like in front the whole time. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we have it up on the screen. Just talk to me about what's going through your mind through those moments. I think this is your last lap. Just
Yes.
talk about finishing off and like that home stretch.
Okay, yeah, so this is the last lap, and my teammate is actually in front of me. This is Elena Hansen. So, like, when I went into my last lap, she had, like, two to go. So she kind of helped me, like, pulling me along kind of for that last lap, I feel like. So, yeah, and and it was super loud inside. So I had no clue how far the others were behind me. And like as you can see on the video there, like they were right behind me. So it was really close, but
Right.
I'm glad it turned out the way it did.
Yeah, we actually have a picture of you on the podium. You and the two competitors from McNeese. Just talk about that feeling of joy you had. You could tell in the picture. It doesn't look like you just ran all those laps. But
Well, it definitely felt like it, but actually, like in the beginning, you don't really feel it like it doesn't feel any different yet or something. Like after like a few days, it kind of hits you, but in the beginning, not at all. But of course, it's amazing, yeah.
Coach, let's just
Yes.
talk about your energy from the sidelines and coaching an outstanding athlete
Yeah.
like this.
No, I mean, Elsa, it was really exciting. Normally she likes to go from behind, right? But somehow she's kind of worked up the confidence. Last year, indoor, she actually led for about 3,000 meters of the 5K before she became fifth. And she led three really good girls in that race. And she just led because that's where she ended up. And she didn't want to be slow because she knows that doesn't benefit her, right? But in all out races during the season, she kind of likes to work her way up, right? So I wasn't surprised if she took the lead again this time, even though this time she knew she was kind of one of the favorites going in. But she led the entire way and did a really good job of cranking it down. And like she said, like it gets so loud in there that like you're trying to let her know like she knows she has to go all out. But like she was going as hard as she could to not have the McNeese girls catch her. And luckily you could tell they waited too long. Like she gapped them. Like she went really hard at 600 to go, knowing like she had to put a big gap on them. And they realized it too late that they would have had to have kicked a little bit earlier to catch her. So it was really exciting. So yeah.
I like that. That's that subtle kind of cockiness. They waited too late to realize
But you
that they
could
had
see
to.
when they realized it. Like they
Yeah.
realized it, and I was starting to panic that like she wasn't far enough ahead. But she ran at 36, 37 last 200, which for Elsa, I mean that's pretty max speed for her. I think the end of a 5K, like she was going as fast as she could, and like, but she's smart and knows her best race strategy, and so she knew to kind of crank the pace down and to make them really work for it, and she broke her own school record again at the meet. So leading the whole way, which is a pretty impressive way to break your own school record.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome. So that closed out the indoor season. Now we're transitioning. Y'all had y'all meet last week. Coach, you could talk a little bit about the final standings of that with all the different teammates.
Yeah, so we started out our outdoor season. The big highlights from that was Omo Obo in the hurdles, took off 0.52, which is a lot in the 100 hurdles. So she's ran 14:05 now. She got into Texas Relays this week, and Elsa's also going to Texas Relays to run 10K. And we're really excited. Almost currently, I think like 50 something in the country with that time. We know she has to run faster to make nationals, but she's en route. She's gonna have a really good season, so that was a big highlight. I just saw her before I came to this. She's really excited to get Texas Relays. And then Elena, who was in the video with Elsa, she ran the 10K at that meet and is now the number 3 performer all time. And like I said to Elsa, I thought it was really cute. As soon as Elena finished, because Elsa wasn't there. It was the night before her race. She said, "Oh, I made the Elsa list," because that's what Elena calls the indoor 5K list, because Elsa's the school record holder, and Elena and her other teammate Maya, their whole goal indoor was to make the Elsa list, right? But outdoor, it's actually the Lauren Jones list. Elsa is a few seconds shy, and so our goal on Thursday for Elsa is obviously to PR, but to make it the Elsa list is what Elena and I talked about. So yeah.
So let's look forward to Thursday. Let's forward to you. Got to reach the list.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I will try to get the school record. I'm really trying. Last year I ran I was a few seconds off, so so I'm ranked second right now in that list. So hopefully after a few days it's not second anymore, and we could call it the Elsa list. That'd be great.
Yeah, and this is a different race for, like last year we ran a 10K just against Sophie Daigle at Southeastern, where I hopped in and tried to be a rabbit to get them to run fast. But Texas Relays, there's 14 really good girls in there. So Elsa, is going to just go with the group and really race a lot of people to try to run a good time. So it'll be fun.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So Elsa, can you just walk me through the way that you prepare for a race? What's your pre-race routine to get ready to perform?
I don't really have something very specific. We just do our warm up, like we start an hour before we warm up. It's not like I have a specific thing that I need to do every time before I race. It's not that that doesn't bother me or something. So I just need a good warm up. I just need to do my strides fast. I just need to get in there a little bit, and then it just, I don't know, it doesn't, I don't need anything specific or something. Yeah.
You just get up and go.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
That's awesome. So you're not from here.
No.
Talk about it. Talk about where you're from in the Netherlands.
So yeah, I'm from the Netherlands, so kind of up north in the Netherlands. Mm-hmm. That's Western Europe. I mean, it's everything's very different over there. It's just, so when I first got here, my freshman year, it was so weird. Everyone already knows what to do, and I got here and everyone's like this and this and this, and I'm like, I don't even know what you're saying right now. But after a while you learn. So so it's all good. But I really love to get to experience the different things, because we don't run at home. We don't run, or we don't play sports in college or high school. Mm-hmm. You only do it by clubs. So it's it's very different. So you all do it in your own time, and here it's so combined with school, and it's so nice because it really saves a lot of time that you don't realize if you have never been here.
Right.
So yeah.
So actually, let's stay on that same vein. This humidity down here, way different.
Oh, it's so bad.
Being an outdoor cross country and then distance runner, just talk about the adjustments that you had to make to your own body in terms of hydration and the timing and everything like that.
So I've always drank I always drink a lot, no matter where I am. Mm-hmm. But I also when I first got here, I remember it was insane. I could not drink enough water. I was dehydrated all the time, and I drank like 5 liters of water. I know we don't work in liters here, but that's also a difference that's really hard for me to adjust. But yeah, no, it's. I mean, after a while you get used to it, but I remember the first run I did here with Coach and Augusta, also a teammate, and they were going, and I was way in the back. I could not keep up. The humidity was killing me.
Right. No, I was reading the Nichols where they just came out with a new international issue, and I remember seeing you in there, and I was like, wow. We get athletes down here that compete and represent Nichols, but they represent so much more than that. They represent from where they're from and their families and everything like that. So that's real cool to have somebody like that down here competing with that in on their chest. Coach, let's go back to the meet on Thursday. What are you looking forward to out of your runners?
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about the 2 biggest highlights going to Texas Relays is just that opportunity to compete against some of the best in the whole country are going to be there, right? So Elsa in the 10K on Thursday night. It's at 9:30 p.m. I think there's going to be a live stream, so we can send that out. You can watch. I think there will be. And then Friday morning, Oma's going to run the hurdles, and then Friday night, our women's distance medley relay also qualified. So it's a really competitive meet to get into, and so our goal every year is to keep having more of our athletes qualify. This is the first time we've gone as a team since I've been here, so I'm really excited for us to get out there. And one other fun fact you don't know about Elsa, so she was talking about her race how she prepares and like how nothing really phases her. Like
Right.
she actually is an obstacle racer back home, so she's represented the Netherlands at an international level doing that. So I think that goes a lot for her. That like things don't have to be perfect because in obstacle racing, like things aren't going to go perfectly.
Right.
And so I think that's kind of her mindset, and it's really fun to coach her because I know she's going to run to her absolute best. Like things could go wrong, and she's just going to view it like an obstacle, right? And she's going to work her way through it, and
Right.
like she's still going to get the most out of herself that day.
Overcoming. They have a Zydeco song down here called Overcome. That's what you are. You're an overcomer. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, we appreciate y'all for taking time out of y'all busy schedule to stop by. You know, we know y'all got to get back to training and stuff for the meet on Thursday. So thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elsa.
Thank you.
We'll go to a quick break, and then we'll come back with This Week in Athletics. Thank you. That
Yeah.
was great.
I forgot I didn't tell you.
Welcome to All In, your one-stop shop for all of Nichols news.
You're listening to 91.5 KNSC Thibodeau, your local alternative.
Know you got haters, but raise both hands up if you know that you're greater. Now raise one hand up if you know you got haters, but raise both hands up if you know that you're greater than them.
If you're like me, your workday doesn't stop for you to go back to school. With Nichols Online, it doesn't have to. I work towards my degree on my own time. Plus, I get to learn from experienced faculty without ever going to campus. Log on to Nichols Online now.
Welcome back. This Week in Athletics. So this week, the baseball team had a home game scheduled on Wednesday against UL Lafayette, but now the game has been moved to Lafayette, so you can catch the Colonels out over there. Go Dirty Red. Also, recapping from last week, the basketball team made it to the NIT championship, made it to the NIC tournament, but they lost sadly to SMU, but we'll get them again next year. That'll do it for this episode of Inside Athletics. Go Colonels.